morning, everyone, and welcome to your Monday morning espresso shot. It's a wonderful day here in Calgary. I hope you're having a wonderful day where you are. And let us begin now on the heart-focused breathing technique. So place your awareness in the area of the heart. And just take slow, deep breaths. And visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. And that's all you need to do. Slow, deep breaths. And just visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And just settle into your body, experiencing this calmness. And if you feel everything is slowing down around you, that's a good sign that before this practice, you were revved up high. You were perhaps not very coherent. And perhaps you were engaging life, and that's okay. And therefore, a moment like this is very important. When you just slow down, visualize the area around your heart, and just take slow, deep breaths. And that resets your biology, resets your nervous system. Very simple practice, and yet extremely powerful to recharge your inner battery. Beautiful. Slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Wonderful. Thank you for joining me this morning for your Monday morning espresso shot. Today's topic is where there is darkness, there is light. And, we've heard that before. We've certainly, been told this. We've read it in our books. And people have told us, when we're in the dark spot, we're told that there is light. There's always light. That light always exists. But something that came, just hit me when I was hiking this weekend in a beautiful area in Bragg Creek, which is not too far from where I live here in Calgary. I was hiking through a forested area, and I saw a path cleared by loggers. Trees were chopped down for logging purposes. And so as I walked through this trail that had beautiful trees on either side, I came across a strip that was cleared by the loggers. And then, as I crossed that particular strip, I came across forested land again. And I asked myself, there's so much beauty in this forest, and when we chop the trees down, we can experience the darkness in that we're chopping this wonderful, natural, benevolent gift that has been given to us. And we've just chopped it down. Of course, we're using it for moving through life for various reasons, but I felt a bit of darkness in me, or in that. But I looked at the sky, and where there were trees before, uh, the sun hit the trees and didn't go past the trees, or very little light went through the trees. And when the trees were completely raised like this, completely, the entire volume of sunshine hit that particular patch that was completely cleared, and that's because there was nothing blocking the sun's way into the area that was raised. And so that got me thinking, saying that in times of darkness, when we are down and out, that is when the sun shines the brightest, and it's up to us to actually reach for it so we can grow again to our former self, or even better. Imagine that when the trees were raised like this, it needs sunshine, and a lot of sunshine and a lot of rain to grow back up again. And that's essentially what happens in the balance of nature, is when these trees are chopped down, or perhaps they were naturally, they fell down naturally because of thunder, lightning, windstorms, whatever the case may be. The sun does shine through and helps it grow back up again. And that's the metaphor of our lives, is whenever we're down and out, never assume that we're going to be alone, that there's always somebody, aided by the forces of nature and the benevolence of the universe, that will come and help us. We just have to recognize it. We just have to decide it's time for us to reach out and be helped. And that is really the metaphor today, is whenever we're down and out, the universe sends us people, sends us signs, sends us things that will help us move out of it. We just have to decide to choose that path. And so how do you, when you're feeling sad, when you're feeling dejected, it's not easy for us to reach out and want to get better, because you can't do it in the state of emotion you're in. And so what you do is you do it with this breathing technique that we have. And that breathing technique, we'll kick it up a notch next. So let us begin our quick coherence technique. Let us place our awareness in the area of the heart. Take slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart. Breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. And now experience a positive feeling, a regenerative emotion such as compassion, love, appreciation, peace. Beautiful. Whenever you're feeling low or you feel you're in a dark place, just start with the heart focused breathing technique, such as this. First two steps of this, placing awareness in the area of the heart, taking slow, deep breaths, and visualizing these flowing in and out of the heart. And then add a third step, experience a regenerative emotion, such as care, compassion, gratitude. And reach for that emotion. And when you do that, all of a sudden, you begin to attract like emotion. If you feel joy, begin to experience joy. You will see everything with that lens around you, and everything will be joy and joyful. You will be like a new person. Wouldn't that be amazing? So continue taking the slow, deep breaths. Visualize these flowing in and out of your heart, and experience a feeling of compassion, gratitude, appreciation. Look around you. There's something to appreciate right now. Lock that in. Practice appreciation everywhere you go. Find something to appreciate everywhere. And just say it in your head. I really appreciate how that mother interacts with her child. I really appreciate this cup of coffee that I got served. I really appreciate that color of the wall. It's a nice color. I really appreciate how they've put that flower in that place. It just brings up the whole ambience. Appreciation doesn't have to be grand. It could be something very small, very minute, but the actual emotion of appreciation begets more appreciation, and you will grow from there. So find something to appreciate every day, everywhere you go. And just take it in through your slow breathing technique. And draw that feeling into your heart, breathing a little slower, a little gentler than you normally would. Put a gentle smile on your face. Beautiful. Wonderful. Thank you so much for participating today. It's been wonderful having all of you here with us and every Monday. Really appreciate your participation. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer those questions right now. I see some items coming in. Good morning, Michelle from Los Angeles. Thank you for waking up extra early this morning to say hi to us. From Sue, thank you for sharing this, Shamir. I'm always saddened when I see trees chopped down. So now I will remember the light that's able to shine through. Yes, you know, it's thank you for sharing that, Sue. I felt the same way. I mean, I didn't feel sad at all. I just knew that somewhere that particular part of the tree lives on in somebody's backyard in the form of a deck where families get together and connect with each other, and so that has a purpose. Perhaps the wood is chopped down for firewood, in which case friends get together around the fire and using the wood as a means to draw company around it. You know, those are the kinds of things that I think about when I see trees chopped down. It's not necessarily an evil thing for to happen, but it is sad to see that such wonderful lushness has been temporarily disabled. And thank you so much for your comments, Sue. Wonderful. All right. Michelle just said, I learned today that I need to find something positive from negative. Yes, actually, Michelle, that is a very good conclusion you drew from here. I hadn't thought about it, but certainly, you know, when something negative happens or something negative is brought into our experience, there's a divine message there always for us. And if we can say, what can I find here that will bring light to the situation, and you'll see that will immediately bring your heart up. You know, you can do nothing about the trees that were chopped down. You know, feeling sad after the fact is not helpful because you're you're creating stress response in your body. But taking the best of that and saying, okay, I know the trees are going to grow back. Nature is very resilient. It's more resilient than human beings are. Nature, it's going to grow back. And the people that chopped down the trees, well, they were just doing their job. And I'm sure they didn't enjoy doing it, but they had to put food on the table. So we look at all of this and saying how nature creates the ability for us to put food on the table, and nature will grow back. And so that is the way we choose to look at things rather than bask in sadness. Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Michelle. That was a wonderful lesson that you drew from this, and certainly something that I'll take away from it. All right. So thank you very much for joining me here. And I don't see any more questions coming through. Please do send me emails if you have any questions. I am getting some emails, so I appreciate that. Some feedback I'm getting, which is very encouraging. Thank you so much.